Okay guys, quick video replacing a starter motor. Fairly straightforward job and a good head start has been made here. Excuse me. Always, like changing the alternator, when changing the starter motor, first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery and make sure it stays disconnected. That's what's happened here. And the starter motor, although it's a bit hard to see on this angle, we're going to do a little bit under, a little bit over and a little bit midway just to show you. But normally you'll find it down below the oil filter, below the oil cooler there. A bit hard to see from this angle. So let's go down here. There's the starter motor, it's already been removed. Okay, so we're going to show you to speed it up a little bit. Reinstalling the starter motor, right? This is the position where it sits, okay? You can see where it goes in. So it's a bit of a bada bing, right? So it's literally, let's have a look at that starter motor again. So one's a stud, or like a bolt or a stud, and one's a nut, okay? So, and there's a plug, and obviously the wire connection. I know it's hard to see, we're out in the sun here, the lighting situation's not the best, you get that? So let's get the replacement starter motor in position, and we'll show you how it's done. On this one, it's a manual, so you've got the fluid line in the way that goes to the slave cylinder. I'm just going to try and stay here in this position. This is a repaired starter motor, so sticking with a genuine repair. Working on the ground, so if you're on a trip and you had your spare starter, you've been up the Cape through all that muddy crap that wrecks starter motors and alternators, and you had to change it, you'd be laying on the ground underneath on your tarp, and this is what you would need to do. Quite heavy components as well, so every now and then you're having a bit of a resting it against other components, and this one's a little bit harder because of being a manual. As we said, got to get around that clutch fluid line. Very good maneuvering there. And then the top bolt, you want to get that top bolt in the hole, is the next challenge. Yeah, mate, you're pretty close. I reckon if you just bring it straight in, it's just going to sort of fall in. If you're not getting a sore with the other hand, getting sore from holding up that long, all the blood runs out of your hand. And so just beware, guys, when we're making videos. I mean, obviously when we're not making a video, usually things work a bit easier, a bit smoother. Quite often cameras can be in the way, especially if I'm on my own, you know, I've got tripods and things like that. That's it, that's in position. It's just going to sit there, it's sitting there of its own. That getting the bottom bolt in now, getting that started. So the bottom bolt just goes through the starter motor body and into the bell housing, or the whatever you want to call it. Right, so that one's started by the looks of it, and of course you need to remember to put that fluid line for the clutch back in place. Might not get in focus too well, but pretty straightforward. You just got to get there's a bracket there also, get that on. And the nut for that starter motor there. Sounds like we're on a Navy ship. We've got a bit of a sonar noise in the background. No idea what that would be, but we're just going to ignore that. I don't think there's any battleships going to bomb us at the moment.
So I might have to get to the nut on the other side, will be easier.
I'll probably be in your way then, or... Now when you do this, guys, if there's any resistance when doing up the bolt, don't force it, because it should nice gently pull itself up square into position, where you can see it's not quite up there yet, so you need to do it slowly. And if it gets really tight and it's not squared up, you've got a problem. General information, in this case it's pulled up and it's coming up nicely, so it's about to start getting tighter, and then you can put the nut on the other side. Beautiful. come back and check it after anyway, yeah? After you get the nut on, that's what I always do. I say, yeah,
Yep.
get the other one on and then go back to the other side and check.
Well, I'm down here. I'm gonna
Connect the wire
Yep.
and the plug.
That's a 12 mil.
12 mil. Full detail starter motor video without mucking around. There it
Always
is, and
ensure
that
your battery's
goes.
disconnected.
Yeah, you always gotta have that, that's it. We always start with a disconnect the battery and reconnect the battery last. And that's the reason why, guys, that wire right there, that's straight from the battery, positive. If that touches the body, it's gonna
Make sure this
create a
is
bit of
tight.
fireworks.
Make sure this is tight, but not
Just
super
nicely,
crazy.
yeah.
Electrical connection, you don't want it loose. And then just
Was it
little bit
Just
more.
nicely, yeah. Hard for you to tell. So, do you know the torque specification on that? I don't.
Oh, don't I go
For
by
the
feel?
DIYs, yeah, I've always gone by feel. I know what I'm doing. I'd imagine it's, what do you reckon, 30, 40-ish, something around those lines, maybe? Or
Maybe.
I'm just taking a guess here, but yeah.
It's a copper as well to start, so gotta be careful. Don't forget the cover. Very important.
Cover's good.
The
Beautiful.
gas clip, give it a wiggle, make sure it's not gonna fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
the plug.
this plug here. Try and give it a bit of a flick.
Get any dirt out of it in case there's something in there. If you had a workshop, you can blow it out with compressed air, but that's all done. We're just demonstrating what to do if you're on the side of the road. Give it a bang around, try and get any dirt or mud out of the situation if you can.
When you push it in, make sure that you hear the click.
Beautiful. So that's in. Can you get to the nut from there where you are as well, or do you need me to get out your way?
I think I need you to get out of my way.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to do that. So I'm just working in the wheel arch here, guys. So you take the rubber off so you can get access through here, and you can reach through. See that nut right in the middle of the picture? You can see the stud off the starter motor. So the nut's going to get installed onto there, nice and tight, and then recheck the bottom bolt again, and then we'll be reconnecting the battery. Right. So he's decided from underneath is the go. I said no, you can't. You know, let's just do it from underneath. So you're laying in the dirt, mate. You know, you're on the Erdnadatta track, and it's been raining, it's all muddy, and you're laying down in the mud, mate. It's all water running through underneath the back of your pants. And you've got the nut started, beautiful. And I think maybe you'll be able to get to it from either there, if not here with a spanner as well. Let's see. Let's see. Famous last words, let's see. Looks pretty good.
Right. Adjustments at the angle.
Anyway, we're going to tighten these bolts up, make sure they're tight, get the battery connected, and give it a start. All right, guys. So we've got the starter motors back in. So we removed the starter motor, checked, cleaned, refitted the new one, replacement one, reconnected the battery over there, as you can see, and now it's time to hit the go button and make sure she works. Is a bada bing, bada boom. Okay guys, we're not going to spend too much more time in this video. It was just a quick one. We showed you the main parts of refitting that alternator. This is Mark's car. There's a number of, it did some weird things. I'm not going to put too much detail in the video. We haven't got a lot of time left, but weird things, dash lights going off, throwing all sorts of codes and DTCs, and arrived on a tow truck. Spent quite a few hours going through the vehicle looking for problems and checking over, following a step-by-step diagnosis process. Over this side now, mud equals money. This has all been cleaned up. This was all full of mud, and the evidence of the depth of the mud you can see on the tape of the wires there. Some of these plugs needed cleaning out. You can see the mud stains in the back of the plug even. So just remember that, guys, mud equals money. And yeah, there's been quite a lot of time on this vehicle spent checking, diagnosing, cleaning to hopefully avoid the same problem happening again. It appears that the starter motor got cooked, so that's why it got replaced. Obviously, part of the diagnosis process is step by step and checking the most basics first. And this engine bay in this vehicle has got, I'll almost call it, it's neat, it is pretty neat, the wiring. I'll call it an auto electrical catastrophe anyway, because there's just that many relays and circuit breakers and bits and pieces everywhere. And you know me and the red wires without extra, I know it's insulated, but that can melt through. I always prefer to have that, like this split corrugated tubing, over any red wires. So we needed to check over everything. So quite a long process. And one obvious thing that we picked up on quite quickly was the fact that this drive belt is incorrectly fitted. So we're just going to fix that one up while we're at it. It needs to be the tension taken off the drive belt, and then the tool needs to be removed off because the belt's on the wrong side of the spanner. So, oh geez, you did well actually, because oh yeah, no, what was I thinking? I was thinking you had to put a, see, I wasn't even thinking right. I thought you had to take the spanner off to do this, but no, you were able to flex the spanner back. If you're using the 40mm socket and breaker bar like I do, you'd have even a bit more clearance to get between the bolt and whatever, guys. But see, the flat side of the belt goes under that pulley there, not over it. You can see the lines. It's been incorrectly fitted like that for a while now. So guys, as I always keep saying, watch the videos and watch them till the end. I know sometimes I'm going to make it look a bit painful and take the time, and sometimes I'm thinking out loud, showing you all the possibilities. Is there a better way? Or, you know, sort of, you know, and I sort of get a bit like that, but you know, just bear with me because you'll get the awesome information in the end. And this vehicle is now bada bing, bada boom. So we're out of here. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of that. And remember, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on, and share the videos. Share across to someone, you know, that needs to change their starter motor. And mud equals money, and fit your drive belt correctly.